Hi guys, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me for this new episode of my SQL training tutorial here at my YouTube channel, A Coder's Journey. I hope you have already watched the previous videos of this playlist. If you haven't, please make sure you do, because as I have told you before, what we talk about in each episode is kind of based upon, what we have already talked about over the past few episodes. And in this very specific case, in this video, because I am going to talk about the wildcard characters in SQL, this episode is entirely based on what we talked about in the last episode. So please make sure you watch the previous video if you haven't done so yet. Now, in the last video, we talked about the like operator, and we said that this is a very, flexible, powerful operator because it gives us the opportunity to specify patterns, and then we can, select the different records based on this pattern. For example, here I have specified a pattern. According to this pattern, I do not care about the first character, but the second character has to be an L. And then for the remaining of the customer name, again, I do not care whether a character exists or not. There could be any characters here, right, from 0 character to any number of characters. And when I run this, I think when I run this, there is, I think, a bug with this extension. When I run this anyway, I get, these customers, and if you take a look at them, they all follow this pattern. The first letter is not important. It could be an A, it could be a B, it could be an O, right? But the second letter has to be an L, and then after the L, I can have many number of characters. We already talked about the underscore and percentage, right, as two wildcard characters in SQL in the last episode. In this video, I want to talk about a couple of more, characters. One of the most important ones, in my opinion, is when you want to specify a range of values. For example, suppose here I want the second character to be either an L or, for example, an A, right? Or, for example, a B. I do not care whether the second character is an L or a B, for example. It could be either of them. So in order to use this pattern, in order to specify this, I'm going to use the square bracket, right? And in my square bracket, I'm going to say LB or BL, right? Doesn't matter. This means that, the first character, I do not care about it, but the second character has to be either an L or a B. And then after this, any number of characters might appear. Now, if I run this, yes. In the output, again, I get only, 4 characters. Let me specify another one and run this one more time. The number of records increased, right? Now, if you take a look at the customers, the second character is either an L, B, or C. For example, here we've got C, right? If I say, for example, P, and if I run this, again, more customers, right? So the first character, it's not important for me, but the second character has to be an L, B, or C, or P, right? So this square bracket kind of allows us to specify a range, right? Specify a range, and based on that range, we can, range of values, we can select our customers. Another way to specify this is to use this pattern. For example, this, right? This means that I want the second character to be any character in the English alphabet from A to H. Right? So after H, we have H, J, K, L, right? Those characters are not allowed, but from A to H is okay. Now, if I run this, again, I get the customers, right? I do not care about the first character, but the second character can be from A to H, as you can see, right? So the customers whose second character is something like J, K, L, and so on, will not appear in the result set. And if we want, we can also put a hat character here and kind of negate this. This hat character negates this range. So it means that For the second character, I do not care, but for the first character, right? But the second character has to be something which is not in this range. So it could be from J to L and so on, right? Now, look here, right now we have 32 records, right? And these records, have the second letter of the first name from A to H. Now, if I run this, please take a look at the result. First off, we have more records. We have 60 records, right? And as you can see, the first character, not important for us, but the second character is something from, not A to H, but the other range of the alphabet. For example, we have L, N, N, R, right? L again, L, and so on. I really want you guys to appreciate the power of these wildcard characters, and they are very important, and they can help you, specify sophisticated operators and patterns so that you can exactly get out the results you are looking for. As I told you, you can use this hat to negate this. For example, I can say, you know what, for the first character, I don't care, but the second character can be anything but the A character, right? And then if I run this in the output, the second character can be anything but the character A. And we can, for example, experiment with the ending of our names. For example, suppose I want the last character in our names to be the letter S, right? So I can say S, and I'm going to get rid of this, right? Right? So I do not care how many letters exist here, but the last character has to be an S. As you can see in the output, I get the customers whose name ends in S. Now, if I want the next to the last character to be an S, I can specify an underscore here. So this means that there should be a single character at the end, right? I don't care about that, but the next to last has to be an S. Now, if I run this again, the spike. Now, look at the output. I get only the customers whose next to the last character is an S, but the last character could be E, right? Could be an S, could be, I don't know, a T, for example, right? So this is very important. I want you guys to really appreciate this. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you have enjoyed watching this video, make sure you subscribe, share this video with a friend, and also like it. And see you in the next video. Bye-bye.